Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to Manor Lords in the bustling little town of Swords. This place is just full of energy, full of vim and vigor, as they say, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good. Feeling actually really good today, finally, so that's nice. But also, with all of this energy, we now have 2,000 influence in the bank, and I think it's about time that we challenge the Baron here in Im and Ruth. That's just the amount of influence we need. Now, I'm going to tease it a little bit. We'll do it a bit later in the episode, just get a few final things prepared. I've got a to-do list in front of me of a bunch of different things that I want to do, namely upgrading a lot of these to be tier 2 and then tier 3. I must have accidentally done one of them as tier 3. I didn't even recall doing that, but it was probably tier 2 when we already hit the upgrade and I did this entire row. So, want to basically get to that. I've been going through all the houses, updating the names, so another 100 names or so have been added into the game, so we should have some nice surprises, mostly along this street here. But a couple of extra families that ended up moving into the tier 3 plots. Just if you're ever wondering, you know, maybe you're a channel member, you have a name that you haven't seen pop up, keep an eye out. Salver Harden, for instance, just came up there. Shout out. Alright, so one of the other things then as well, we just built the manor with the increased retinue over there, but in our farming town of the Knoll, I've got a few things that I want to do here as well. I want to get that first harvest coming in. We have our golden wheat fields that we saw in the previous episode, the flax. We have everything necessary to kind of turn that into linen and so on and so forth. And I want to kind of decommission again more of this little area out here. There's still just a few buildings, hitching posts, a lot of oxen are waiting out here. Quite inefficient, right? Because they have to go all the way into the town and all the way back when they're not being used. So I want to kind of clear all that up and start building up the manor around this area as well. So first things first, I'm going to hop back over to Swords. I'm going to upgrade some of these houses like we mentioned. Let them get the ball rolling in that. We still have 10 unassigned families. So these would be the ones to tier 3. Let's just try to get everything to tier 2 first. So anywhere that's just tier 1. There we go. You can spot them by the rooftops out here, I guess. And that'll put a lot of our timber to use, because we have a bit too much of it. If I check right now, we've got 115. It's actually gone way up since the previous episode. I thought it would go down. Now, are these all tier 2? They look like they are. And that might be it. Oh yeah, these ones, that's a level 1. There we go. Oh, it's actually too far out. Interesting. Now, I accidentally clicked for another group to move in there, but that's okay. Nobody lives there right now anyway. Now, just something I wanted to touch on really quickly here at the beginning is that I have 2 forester huts out here. I've got 4 families on them, right? So 2 on each. And I told them to kind of start replanting out this way. But I'm doing something a bit more experimental in the town itself, which is we've got 2 more over here. Again, 4 families in total. And I've actually told them to plant trees on the inside of the town, because it's a bit of an experiment. I just wonder, could we maybe make the place look a little bit nicer? Like, let's say there's a pocket of terrain, like, between this building and the road. We actually do have 1 tree there. Like, could we get another one put down? Could we get some trees along the edge of the market? Or maybe not the market, but maybe, like, on little gaps that we have between roads and between buildings. And that could look quite cool if we do. It's just a bit of an experiment. I kind of thought, like, it just would have been nice to have some extra trees here. And I've put down another shrine. There's a shrine here as well. I've gone mad with the shrines, but just something to break it up a bit visually. So having some extra trees dotted around there, I think could be nice if it could happen, but we'll see. If nothing really happens I guess in this episode, we'll probably just leave it. But I just thought I would mention that in case it works out. All right, so moving over here, I think we'll start moving those hitching posts now. We'll just commission them to move, which we can do, right? So that's pretty quick. So I'm just going to move them nearer to the King's Road, near the church. Just for now, I'll probably move them somewhere else in the future as well. I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea to space them out, actually, if we're being smart about it. Try to have them local to where, you know, various problems can arise or various things need to be built and moved. Okay, so that's 3, and then it's just this one. It's just this one left. This one can actually maybe stay kind of close out here. Right, so we've got a saw pit. We're not making any planks right now. Again, this is another one we need to move. I haven't really figured quite yet where, like, industry's gonna go. I suppose out here is fine. It'd be nice to attempt a migration of the animals, and we could perhaps do that if we want to go get the clay deposit. Maybe we should try that now. So I don't know if animals could be moved into another region. I would assume not, but if you build really close to them, apparently they do move, right, with migration. So this is their radius here. So maybe we could build, like, clay and put the furnace, like, somewhere here, and that might force these animals to go forward out that way. Maybe just get them a bit closer to over where our town is. So let's try that. It's a bit of an experiment again, but give it a go. I'm just trying to follow. It's really hard to see, but there is a road going through here. So maybe just here, we'll just branch this off, go this way at first. And then we'll loop around like this. Alright, so let's go to the mines. Mining pit. And not in deposit range. Alright. That should clear it out. Then the furnace, I guess we'll try to build over there. But I'll wait until this one's done. And see how that goes. Ooh, yeah, we've got berries. I think I've got one family on the berries now. Yeah, it's hard to see. Again, a lot of tree coverage here. It's starting to rain, of course, so it's going to be difficult to see. Let me consult my notes. Tier 3 houses. Ah, yeah, selling vegetables for influence. So after we spend our 2,000, if we want to claim other regions, we're going to continuously need 2,000 influence. So we really need to kind of build up our influence even further. And a way I thought we could do that is with the... Now that we've built a manor, we can now start to take away some of the food here as tax. So let's do 10% just to get the ball rolling. Because we have 464 vegetables. So I don't like the idea. Unfortunately, I think they'll just take 10% of all food. Because I don't really want them taking bread away or anything. But yeah, take the veg. Why not? Give it to the church. Tithe. Give us some influence in return. 10%, that's 40 food out of the vegetables anyway. So that should be a decent amount, I think. But we'll see when this pops up when it happens. And that was from last year. The harvest is still happening now, so veg is building up all the time because they're currently harvesting their vegetable patches. And then obviously a little bit later, we'll be harvesting the wheat, the flax. Right now, we have our communal oven with 2 families in it, and they're taking in the flour and turning it to bread. I don't know. I think it's a 1-to-1 conversion, but it feels like we've got more flour than I expected. Perhaps when you mill the grain into flour, it could be 2-to-1. Because I'm pretty sure we had 170 grain, and now we have over 250 flour, so we definitely never had 250 wheat, right? It was definitely 170 wheat, that became 1-to-1 with grain, so it seems like you get a little extra flour out of the grain. Which means you get more bread, which is nice. So yeah, so I've set up a barter connection. So we have our communal oven there, that's doing the bread, but over at Swords, I set up just a barter connection just to see how it works and get it going, where we have charcoal being sent out to the knoll and bread coming back in. So if you have a look at this and we pin this, we kind of looked in the previous episode, and I did say actually I need to build a new road for these guys. Yeah, they're just about getting there now. So they got their mules just walking across the fields, doesn't give a damn. But I don't know if we can ever see how much they're carrying, right? I feel like I said that before. Taxation worker transporting bread. We know they've got it. I just wonder how much they can load up with. Maybe it says, actually. Oh, there we go. It says 20 goods per trip. Now, they might not have had 20 bread, but maybe. We've got 21 bread now, so by the time the next guy comes in, that's a possibility. So what we're going to do is the road that they end up taking is this road goes through Waldbrand, and then it cuts up into territory that we don't occupy, right? Selbitz. So as we come in here, maybe we could branch it off this way. And feed it up towards the manor. Maybe past that iron deposit. Climbing up the hill so we'd have a bit more of a curve, I think. And there. So now you can kind of take a branch off of the King's Road. Come all the way up this way. Circle around up the hill a bit. And then you can go into the manor should you wish. Or you can take a left and cut through, down, past through the church, and out into the town. So it's quicker. It's definitely quicker than going all the way around and going through this empty space out here. The berry deposit's like pretty full, so maybe we'll get another family on that. Oh, my unit turned around when we saved and loaded the game. Alright, cool. Oh, we have the road symbol again. So I noticed that in Swords. Oh, right. It went away for a while, but it's back. I thought maybe it just fixed itself. It obviously doesn't matter. Traders are coming in and working here just fine. But it is a thing that's still there. Now, something I wanted to do here was import clay. Because we have a furnace for it, but we've no more of the raw resource. Could trade for it, I suppose, with the other region. But just to make it quicker, we'll just import it here. So it's going to be a raw resource. Could just bring in the roof tiles, I guess, but that's more expensive. If we have the oven and we have the spare families, let's get them to it. I just need to find where it is. So, iron ore, clay, there it is. Establish a trade route, import. So, I don't know, we want about 100, right? Something like that. It's only 1 to import. Wow, it's very cheap. So try taking 100. See what happens. This place is so busy now. And then, I guess, in the meantime, I might as well just leave a family on the clay oven, which was here, clay furnace. Just to make some tiles in the background, because right now we've got 28, so we can do a few tier 3 upgrades, but not many. And how are our upgrades doing? Doing alright. Making some progress. How's charcoal doing, actually, as well? 427, we've got loads. Commodities, 496 hides. At a certain point, it's like, maybe we should just stop gathering that, you know? Obviously, some of it's coming in from hunting, but a lot is coming from the goat farms as well. And I am still very tempted to do that reshuffle of this area. Now, how many planks do we have? 45. Where's our sawmill? Sawmill's still doing its thing, and no one should be... Yeah, this is disabled. I was just going to say, no one should be consuming the planks. I hope, because we're trying to build them so I can do the manor up a little bit better. So we actually have a lot of... Yeah, still a lot of shoes. And ale is finally coming up. So we boosted the brewer in the previous episode, right? So we have a brewery right here. And there's 4 families in there because it's an expanded house. Seems going inside. But then it wasn't enough. 4 families just wasn't enough to make enough malt, to turn enough malt into ale for these guys. So we set up another brewery here. Again, 4 families, all working now. Nice. I was just checking if the names have been updated. They have. But anyway, yeah, so they're all doing their thing, and they're quite close to where the tavern is and the granary to store up the ale, so that's a fairly efficient placement, I guess. So I'm happy enough about that. Would be nice to build up the stone church to the next level in the knoll. Hitching posts are getting applied, which is good. Alright, let's just speed up time because it's a bit dark. And what are we up to now? 37 potential inhabitants here. We could also do some upgrades down this way. I'm still trying to... I'm pushing a little bit for, you know, the 100% approval rating. By the way, the last episode came out and I was able to just kind of catch some comments. You know, it's not been very long since I released it. So, I was able to catch just a little bit of feedback. So, it's nice. People seem to be quite nice with what I was talking about in the previous one to do with how I choose to play the game. Trying to toe the line between realism and gameplay, I guess. So, that's quite nice. So, I appreciate that. Alright. Yeah, still not ready to harvest just yet, obviously. You gotta wait a little while. Hey, we're making bread now. 41. They make it so fast. Like, we're on double speed, to be fair, which is 4 times speed, I guess. So, 43. Yeah, wow. They're really churning through it. That's great, though. So, yeah, I guess to really understand how this system works, we really should just keep an eye on the barter. And just pin this. So we can see where these people are now. So 2 of them are already making their way back. Interestingly, they're going through territory that's not mine. This is why we want to take this one. So transporting bread. And where's the other fellow? There. So I might just speed up time in a moment. So we've got Bartholomew's. These guys haven't been named, I guess. They're carrying the bread. So when we get to swords, like now, we can see that we've only got 1. So when they drop it off, I'm just wondering, will it be the full 20 each time? Because that would be like, okay, that's pretty good then. It's pretty efficient. I'm happy enough with it. But if it's like only piecemeal and they're only doing little bits and they're not taking the full load as they should be, it's like, oh, I guess we need more pack stations. Because I see a lot of controversy, not controversy, but debate about whether or not bartering is ever worth it and should you ever do it. It's fun to test the mechanics and see how things work, like I said, but I don't want to waste my time with it if it's not kind of doing what I hope it is doing, which is 20 coming in per person. Now, maybe that first person... we might not have had enough bread, but I expect that third person who's coming back now should have a full bag. You would hope. Man, oh, she's got like a little frying pan and everything on her. Nice. Good job. Cool. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep an eye on them. I'm going to speed up time and wait till they get here. I'm curious. Don't want to get too distracted away from it. Okay, we've just got a message that raiders have been spotted near Im and Ruth. I don't see them. Enemy spotted. Might be in the trees. Ooh. Oh. Oh, there they are. I actually don't see them, but hovering over this area, we're seeing brigands. They're in there somewhere. Oh, there they are. Yeah, there they are. Alright, cool. Got a little battle ahead of us. And nicely, it'll be at swords, where we can actually levy and not have to run a mile and actually get to see our boys fighting. Alright, let's go. It'd be fun to play this game where you never pause as well. Maybe we'll do that someday. Alright. Done. Let's... oh, my retinue won't be here, though. Actually thinking about it. That's kind of interesting. Alright, we're going to rally in front of the church. So I'm rallying the retinue from the Knoll, which was a mistake. Let's just disband them. They can stay back where they are. The retinue, I'm going to send them all the way down here. They're not going to get here in time. But anyway, so that's going to be 2 polearm units, a militia footman unit, an archer unit, and a spear militia unit. They're moving now to gather in front of the church. So I assume the attack will be coming in fairly quick. Now, the other thing I suppose we could look at, just out of curiosity, is we can get mercenaries that actually come in Im and Ruth. Let's do it. 45, why not? Let's get them in as well. So where are they appearing from? They're appearing from the side of the map. Okay. Probably won't get here either, but I don't know. I don't really mind spending the money just to see. Alright, here we are. We're assembling. Awesome. Right, polearms. You're going to be the bulk of my line. We get some flankers on the side. Some archers in the back lines. Spears on the side as well. And our retinue won't be able to fight. We've got more archers on the way, coming from way over in the distance. But this is it. This is what we got. God, it's raining so heavily. Like, my screen is just trails of white. I can barely see anything. Oh, hey, our first, it's like they're going to ambush the bread deliveries here. Has the first one made it, by the way? No, not yet. Duck Barrel is, bringing her mule on the way. It's kind of getting ahead of her, though, a little bit. I still haven't actually spotted these guys, and they could just be waiting at the side. Because we've seen them do that before. Alright, the troops are going to move out, see if we can intercept these bandits, because my fear is that they're coming in from here or something, but they might just be beelining all the way to the Knoll, because it's undefended. I don't know. Now, we have archers that are mercenaries out this way, that are coming towards me from the other direction, and they're running right now. So I'm hoping we'll somehow spot and intercept wherever these bandits are. Meanwhile, my retinue is actually coming from the Knoll as well. They're just going to take a really long time to get here. Yeah, no message about, you know, spotting an enemy or anything. How weird. How weird. Alright, I mean, this is extremely anticlimactic, but I don't see them. So, I think they ran off the map. Maybe when we rallied our troops, they just bailed. It could be the case, I guess. I didn't know that was a thing in the game. Really, really bizarre. I mean, totally legit makes sense if they just thought they were outmatched, but it's just bizarre that they came in and just disappeared, like, I just can't find them. So, I'm gonna send the troops home. Really anticlimactic on that one. I do apologize, but what can you do, you know? Can't find them. Searching for them high and low. Lying ho? Alright, so I was just kind of explaining some kind of interesting mechanic, and I felt like I was waffling on a little bit, so I just wanted to re-explain it now that I have a better handle on it, a better grasp of it. So, I was basically looking at the pack station, right? Because we were keeping an eye on the bread that was coming in from the Knoll. And I noted that only 3 or 4 bread made it here in total, which is fine. I'll wait till we make a second trip out there to really judge how that's going right now. So we'll wait for it to happen again, right? And these guys are called pack station workers. Pack station workers. Now, what I found interesting is they teleported and became part of the militia unit. So it's the only instance in the game where anything really ever teleports. Well, there's 2 really. There's one with bandits. Alright, you'll notice that if there's a bandit camp on a nearby region, that some of your resources will just evaporate, and it says bandits stole them. You never see the bandits come in. You could make a leap and say, like, oh, maybe they came in during the night and they took them, nobody noticed. Whatever the case might be, it's fine, right? That's just the way the game operates right now. The other instance of things teleporting is when you rally troops. When you rally them, what you tend to see is all of these resources getting deposited in storehouses. Right, so when I hit that button, all of these messages popped up, saying that the ale, the iron, the meat, the bread, whatever it might be, it's got teleported to the nearest granary or storehouse. And that's because it seems when you rally troops, they will softly teleport back to their home where they get their weapons and then they run out to rally at the nearest location or whatever. And I don't mind the game doing that, but it's just kind of interesting because we had pack station workers and their teleport was quite far. Whereas most people, it's like they're probably just local to the village. It's not, they're never going to be moving that far, so you don't notice it too much. But it's almost, if you wanted to get a little crazy with it, and you wanted to game it, you could perhaps say that the family that you have working here, we could make sure they come from a tier 3 workplace, for instance. And when they're making their journey back from the Knoll, let's say they just start to leave, and we see that they have, they've got bread. Great. They're halfway there. I could just rally the unit and then disband it pretty quickly, and they would teleport to their home, and the bread would get transferred to my inventory. So, speaking of food, you know, if you wanted to cheese the game, that seems like a way to do it. I just didn't think it would work for pack station workers because they're outside the region, but it seems to. It's not like I did that on purpose, I just noticed it, right, when we did it. And then when I put the unit, disbanded the unit, you know, you see them going all the way back out to the Knoll to make the next drop, effectively. Anyways, that's just something I found interesting. Right, so, I'm going to keep these archers. They're 45 gold per month, or, yeah, well, treasury wealth. We should be pulling in more than that via taxes right now. So if we have a look over at swords, we're currently pulling in 4928. Oh, it is actually going down slightly. That's because of the market, right? So we didn't get time to look at it in the previous episode too much, but now we can really see the global market supply affecting us more dramatically. So we're undersupplied for helmets because we're the ones purchasing them, basically. We're oversupplied, or the market is rather oversupplied for shoes and tools because we're selling such a high volume of it back. So we're only making one per trade. So what we could do is say no trade for a little while. What does full trade mean? Trade until the desired surplus is reached. Right, either way. That's interesting. We could say no trade and let this sort of democratize back to normal and then try to sell a big bulk all at once. That's an option. If you want to make more money that way. It might all work out the same though, I don't know. But let's just do that. If it's not good value, don't bother with it, you know? Let's sell the things that maybe are high value. Or don't have that problem at the moment. So what else could we do? We've got 224 yarn. So maybe we could do some yarn trade. So let's export that. And we'll set a severe surplus, right? Bring it all the way down to like 50. So see if you can sell, you know, 150 or so. Make us a big chunk of change all at once. We're importing clay, so we've seen that go up. That's totally fine. Ooh, wax, iron. Yeah, so I would just have to ultimately look at, like, what could we be selling. Charcoal could go for a decent amount. A root is required. Let's do that, and we'll hit sell. How much do we have, actually? Fuel, 13 months. So I don't know. I won't bring it down too low, but just, like I said, to rotate our global market supply around a bit. Try to get it to 300. It's still a decent amount. Alright, anyway, just thought I would touch on that. It's a good mechanic. It's nice that there's some sort of drawback to just selling one thing over and over again. Now, these houses are probably upgraded, right? Seems like this is mostly done. I say we go another level further. Make them tier 3, please. They should look quite good on the street, I think, at the back of the tavern. I should hope so. Right, so the summary is that in order to get the tower to boost our retinue, we need more planks. Pretty straightforward. We're working on that now. We'll get the planks. Once that's done, we'll build the tower. We'll beef up the retinue with the treasury money that we have. Although we are spending that now a little bit to keep the Wayward Sons employed. And then hopefully this will all should be done by the next month, and we'll go and launch the claim against Im and Ruth. We'll rally Swords' army to go out there and fight. And we don't need to rally the troops down here or anything, or the people. Well, we can't anyway. We're actually at our limit, so there is no more units to be had. Can't make any more. So we've got everything. We're ready to go. And they're pretty much all full up. And then we'll go challenge the Baron. See what happens. See if we can take that region. It does seem like the Forester hut is dependent on the season, because they definitely weren't doing anything during winter and they're all doing stuff now. That definitely seems to be the case. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems to be the case. Let's check these guys now. So are they planting? Looking for a plant spot. Tim Dedopalu. Right there, man. A tree would be gorgeous. Gorgeous right there. I don't know if he'll ever find one, but let's see. Because like I said, I've told him to plant in the middle of the town, basically. Yeah, don't know. Seems like he's just struggling. Might never find one. Which is fine. It was a theory anyway, whether or not we could do this. Hey, there we go. Oh, that's so cute. They're like small. Each one is like smaller than the next. That just kind of worked out. It's done in a little funny way. Uh-oh. I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but They've been building the clay furnace. Did we get a message about this? No? Wild animals have migrated. Oh, cool. They have just moved. And they moved quite far. Oh, that's not too bad. The animals have now moved near to where the berry deposit is. So they moved all the way from over there to here. That's alright. That's a good spot. I'm happy with that. Yeah, quite happy with that, actually. That worked out. Got logging camps here, not really doing much. You need to get rid of a lot of these roads now. So the hunting camp can now be deleted, I would say. The tannery subsequently can also be deleted or demolished. Gonna get rid of some of these roads. And just let nature reclaim. Right, so this is almost back to how it was at the beginning. That's the spot there. So we have this new road that comes up and around towards the manor. That's fine. Just trying to think about... So what I'd like to do now here then is branch this off, follow the contour line maybe down this way. That leads you into that area. Right. And then what we can do... I was going to thin it out, but I guess you don't really need to. What I would like to do, though, just cosmetically, is maybe just remove some of the brush. The shrubbery that goes along with this area. You could really get specific with cutting down trees to try to clear the path, actually. I might do that. Because it's not like we really need logs right now, so... If you're looking for other things to do, I could limit your work to just... being very specific right now. Cutting down some trees immediately in this little trail. In fact, we could go probably even smaller. Oh, that's quite interesting. They're building up the manor right now, and I can see some of the retinue, or the retainers, are just standing around having a chat. And some of them are bloody, like we saw when we hired them in the previous episode. Don't know why, but they are. Anyway, let them do their thing while they're waiting for more material to get here. Just need some timber, and all the other stuff is basically here now. Cool. Nice. It's nice to see them chatting, having a good time. What can we do to boost approval even higher? Market food variety, clothing, market supply, and church level. I guess the church could be another level up. Need 10 roof tiles and 10 planks for that. Because the food variety should be pretty good. We've got bread, berries, vegetables. Not much meat right now, but generally speaking, it's pretty good. And to get to the next stage, we need upgraded plots. Got some extra families that just moved in, so maybe we should do that. Let's go with this one. Oh, that's right. I never actually got fence up, did I? No, I didn't. Yeah, let's get that next. So that'll allow me to put fences around these farms so ready for when they go fallow at the end of the year. And then we can build a new farmhouse over on this side. And repeat the process.
I do hope we have enough wood to finish this building. It's been most embarrassing to run out halfway through.
Burgage plot level 3 is upgraded. So what do we got now? Oh wow, these ones became quite big on the corner here. They look good though. Very spacious indeed. Yeah, I'm liking how this place looks. And then we have our smaller expanded housing on these ones too. You know, they kind of look good, but I'm also, it's a bit weird the way they're all tilted, right? Like I am aware of that. It does seem a bit strange. Just for these types of houses. Didn't matter when it was a tiered down, but now that they're kind of more clumped together, I feel like they should be more aligned. But maybe not. It's definitely adds a little bit of character, that's for sure. Having them offset. These ones, I suppose, are going to be the same if they get done in the same manner. Oh wow, that was super quick. Sorry, I sped up time and I just missed it. They got it done. And we just paid our tithe as well. Yeah, that's gaining good influence for me. Not bad. Thanks to all the extra vegetables we have. Alright, cool. So now, if we look at these guys, retinue customization, we can boost their numbers. And that leaves us with just 200. So these guys won't have the upgraded armor, though. Because they don't have it locally here. Yeah, we have some in the other town, but bartering would be... I don't know, it would take a very long time. I just want to raise these guys and send them out. Maybe we'll just leave them without armor. So one retinue that has full armor. These guys maybe not. But we'll work on getting them the armor out here over time. I think that's what I'll probably try and do. Yeah. Alright. A lot of them seem to be wearing red, so we'll just leave them wearing red. The other guys are wearing blue. So in order to do that, was 137 bread here. We were doing the bartering for bread. I suppose I could just set up another pack station. Try do both. We'll do charcoal for armor or something. See what happens. Oh no, sorry, armor for maybe vegetables or armor for bread. Yeah, let's try that. Not saying it's sufficient, just think it'd be kind of interesting to see if we can make it happen. So another pack station out this way, why not? Get to work, lads. Get to the mule. Have him ready to go. Alright, so this is going to take a while, but we're going to raise the retinue now local to the knoll. And we're going to get ready for battle. That guy is super eager. He's running with the flag. It's wartime, baby. Military preparations are underway for our claim. We're going to get marching with these guys nice and steady. Don't want them to be tired. Get them on the edge of the border, and then we'll make our claim. Looking good, fellas. Looking good. So we have the blue and yellow unit from swords, and then we have the red from the knoll. I love that. It's really nice that they've managed to be differently colored, actually. Just the way it worked out, really. Sweet. Oh my god, you love to see it. How nice is this? Blue and red units, swords, and the knoll being represented. And we're heading off towards the archers that are waiting for us in the fields. Then we're going to move to Im and Ruth. I don't know why they're banking a little to the left there. Told them to go here. I guess they're just moving around the building. Or through it, I suppose. Alright, sun's at their backs. They're on the field of Mars to meet up with the archers. As they get ready to move out to Im and Ruth, of course. We'll move them as a unit together. We'll keep them loose. Keep them nice and loose. In fact, you guys can be kept loose as well. So loosen them up. We'll have the battle towards the end of the summer, I would imagine. Look at this as well. There's just vegetables and crops everywhere. I love it, man. It's so cool. Now, what we could start to do is turn on crop rotation with these guys. I assume at this point it'd be okay to turn this on and say, next year, you could do barley. 44 is not terrible. So let's do that for you. Crop rotation. What do you want next year? Honestly, wheat 54. Not bad. And then, see, it won't give me a projection for the year after, so I wouldn't know. Crop rotation for this one. Wheat again. 56. If it's over 50, man, I'm doing it, definitely. 55. This one. Maybe we'll give this field a break. We could do flax, but we don't really need it, so we'll just say fallow. We'll give them a break. This one. Same with this one. Give it a break. Maybe this one because it didn't quite get built up much. Next year, barley 46. We'll do barley on just this one. See how that goes. Bit random, but, you know, I don't know. It's fine. The fertilities are all kind of the same. 40 and 50%-ish. Alright. The boys are ready. Let's get moving. Alright, now that the majority of the building projects have been done, I'm going to just... We can move that hitching post maybe a bit more central now. To there. I think that makes sense. Saw pit. We'll move that just a bit further in, like... Well, that's probably where the logging camp would go, or one of them. So maybe just even, yeah, like here. And then shift the logging camp over. Another logging camp can go down this way. And then probably want, like, reforesting around this way as well. And another one maybe on the other side of it. I'll have to wait for some of that stuff to be cleared out, but yeah, pretty happy with that. Little industrial area come together. Alright, there we go. So that's going to be a salt pit, forester hut. We've got a logging camp here and a logging camp there. So I'll give them plenty to do. We'll try to rebuild up this area. Are they ready? They are. They're just getting back in formation, I guess. Yeah. Alright. Let's continue our journey. Let's just go straight over here then. And I think that's where we'll wait. We're going to meet the boys on that side and then come in. Making good money, 5,500 since we started trading for other things, and that's hopefully going to be taxed and pull in a bit more money for us then on the back end. 1% of that, 55. Should easily pay then for the Wayward Sons, which are 45 per month. That's my logic on that. Might not be a bad idea to extend the pathway down this way. And maybe we could go in and then around. And we could maybe fill that space with houses. That might look okay, actually. Let's go with that. We can close this gap here a bit. Alright, nice. They might be a little bit close to the church, I guess, but we'll see. Nice, these ones are looking good. I like them a lot. The reddish brown color always gets me. Oh yeah, so is our other pack station done? It is. So now we can try sending plate armor, right? That's what they need. And receiving, I imagine the trade on this would be quite significant. So it would have to be like, we could get vegetables back maybe?
We all know what that means. Come on, come along.
A mule is required for high barter pack station. Well, assign a mule then. There you go. Alright. It didn't tell me the rate, though. Doesn't it? Barter value 1.2. This one's not telling me. Oh, there we go. Ooh, 8 times. That's alright. 8 vegetables for a piece of plate armor? That's okay by me. Sure. So we're going to send some plate armor out from here down into the knoll. And once they get, I guess, 24 pieces of it stored up, then I can give it to the retinue for future battles. Speaking of, this is where the boys are right now. All totally fine for fatigue and everything, so that's good. Alright, that's everybody getting ready. The music is far too chill. It should be very deadly serious right now for what's about to happen. Everyone's running with their weapons out to the location. In fact, I should really tell them to walk. Take it easy, guys. Take it easy. You don't want to be tired by the time you get there. Looks so cool. This is, again, my favorite part of the town. Just these houses built on the hill. The little campfires and stuff for the various industries. And the way they march up and down that hill. I just love it. Such a good placement. Alright, we can see them all streaming out. Walking over some vegetable patches like they don't give a damn, but they're on their way. So this is where they're kind of mustering, right? Somewhere roughly around down here. Alright, so this is the layout I'm going for. We have our spear militia in the center. Right, so spear militia in the center. On either side of them, we then have polearm militia. Again, these three together are to be the sort of anvil to our hammer and anvil. On the sides, we have our retinue, our 2 retinue units, 24 and 24. The swords retinue on the left and the gnoll retinue on the right. We then have our archers in the back, the militia on the left with the 2 mercenary companies, middle and right. And then behind them, a reserve unit of militia footmen that can be used in case anything breaks through, they need help. So, that's the plan. So let's get to it. It is nighttime, unfortunately. I really don't want to fight during the night. So maybe I'll just speed up time just ever so slightly. And then in the middle of the night, we'll do this claim. And then we'll push in. But everyone's here. Everyone's in good spirits. Effectiveness 116%. Love to see it. Cohesion is up. So everyone I've given a double line at the very least. And I think the retinue I've given a triple line. Just to kind of pad them up a bit. Obviously our town's production is going to be a little slow while we're waiting on the boys to do their job. We've got that eerie quietness going on in the town, although the music is very spry indeed, very cheerful. Sparky, Spaghetti P, Nitro Racer, Jet Plays. All hoping that their husbands come home. PXX Rich. The girls are rolling the barrels up to the tavern. They're like, let's have a whale of a time. Alright, let's get ready. Alright, I'm starting to notice it getting a little bit brighter, so just ever so slightly. So now should be the time I think that we're ready to go. So what we'll do, we'll pull back, click, claim with influence, press the claim. Im and Ruth claiming. Now time is paused when we're out here. We didn't actually even say anything to the Baron, so we'll just see what happens. And time is playing, so let's move in. And try to keep that formation intact. There we go. Alright, off we go, boys. Off we go. The claims have begun. Now, we're losing some... Up! There we go. The gauntlet has been thrown. The battle for Im and Ruth. Enemies declared with Hildebolt von Bereduth and Darren. Show the battlefield location. Well, it happens to be actually partly over my own territory, thinking about it. Now, if that's the battlefield that we have to fight in, what's the contour lines like? Where's a good spot? Unfortunately, it's extremely dense in terms of forest. Right, so, and this is a hill climbing up this way. So we're gonna grab all the boys. And I suppose we could maybe just try to meet them on the edge. Meet them right there. And we'll move forward if we've got any time left to do that. We need this level of spacing.
Yes, sire.
Now, our archers are not going to be effective, I don't think, in the trees. But I think they're not very effective right now anyway. So what are they bringing in? Let's see. The Knoll is increased in settlement level, so they've got brigands. A 36-man retinue. Damn! Although they don't look as heavily armored as my boys. What have we got here? A message. I can make it worth your while to drop all your claims. No. Archers, light mercenary archers, light mercenary infantry. So they're probably going to be better than some of ours. Light mercenary infantry. That seems to be it. So what's that? That's 3, 4, 5 units. Okay. The retinue will be the one we have to watch out for the most. Now, the Knoll just gained a development point. I want to go with fertilization. And we actually never levied anyone from here, so this place is still doing just fine. So what we're going to do is, which field is going to be fallow next year? Can you infinitely stack these? You might be able to, actually. You could crash the game by doing that. This one will be fallow. So, fence up this field, please. Alright, anyways, let's get back to it. So show me the battlefield location. Is that giant circle there? Propose to change it. Locked in early access. Use the king's favor or surrender. Can't even surrender in early access. Now, just to see the construction again, the contour line's very faint, but it's a hill all the way up into about here, which is where things level off. So we'll move forward if we can, but I just kind of wanted to get placed and then we can kind of move forward. Something that's sort of missing from this game, as far as I know, is being able to like press a button and see where my troops are going, if you know what I mean. Like in Total War, if you held spacebar, you can see the formation of where they're going to be. But in this, I think you can only see that when you're telling them to go somewhere. Unfortunately, it's going to be super dense, and I can't do the cosmetic thing of removing foliage. We can hover over a unit and remove some, but it's not my territory to kind of clean up. The battle begins, really? Guess the battle's in progress. I'm feeling pretty confident. I mean, we've got the numbers advantage, so I'm feeling pretty confident. But I just don't know what will happen after this battle, you know? Which is to say, like, how do we fight for other regions? Is it just a claiming process? Is it peace right after this one? I don't know. But as our first little challenge against the Baron, I think this is okay. Respond to the letter. Oh, I got rid of the letter. I can't do that. Well. Alright, we're basically here. The archers are starting to fire. I want to move forward just a little bit further. About there. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Our archers are firing back at least. Oh no, they're firing at the retinue specifically. Now, we need to stand ground. Stand ground. And stand ground. They've gone straight for the retinue, actually, on that unit. which is fine. Is anyone else hitting us on this side? Looks like they're going for the retinue there as well. Let's do push forward. Gonna push towards the archers with the spear unit, and these swords can run forward. Actually, you go to there. Swords can run forward over here, and maybe we'll get around the side. With the archers, let's just fire on their archers. We should have matched them 3 units versus 1. I think it'll be fine. Alright, so right now, that's their retinue, 24. We've got 36 and 23. One of ours has fallen. We'll just get behind them. Should be easy enough. Our retinue is fighting brigands, which is basically GG. Get them all involved. They've broken. That was super easy. Let's get over there then. They've broken as well. God, this, man, people say battles in Total War are fast. This is quite fast, isn't it? Now they're just running. Okay, that's fine. Don't chase them. Don't chase them. You only tire yourself out. Damn, I want to just be able to zoom in and watch some of the fighting, but they're breaking faster than I get a chance to really do that. There we go. I guess we beat them. That's it. GG. Slightly anticlimactic, I would say, because I didn't really get to enjoy the fight. Is that it, though? It's just the archers left now. Fall back and draw them in. Shoot at will. The little traveler, he's like, yeah, I'm just walking through, man. That's awesome. Well, this is frustrating. They're just going to keep running, and they're going to be faster than me. They're light mercenary archers, although they are tired. More so than my guys. We've only killed 1 so far by hitting them with our arrows. So I guess I'm just going to fall back and we'll just let them continue to do their thing. Yeah, they're dropping in effectiveness massively. They're probably not able to kill anybody by firing back. Just waiting on them to break. They're holding out for some reason. I guess they don't know what they're firing at. They're like, don't worry, lads. The men are still fighting up ahead. We can just blind fire in. It's like, actually, you know what? Maybe we should leave. That's it. GG. Easy. Quite an easy... Oh yeah, peace was automatically declared then. Oh, easy enough then. Alright, we'll go back. I was kind of hoping for a bigger battle or a more prolonged engagement with more maneuverability, but I think we need to just keep fighting, keep pressing claims. We've got nearly 500 influence. Oh, excuse me, I've got -1 king's favor. Well. But yeah, so we've at least unified our territory over here. Next, I guess we'll maybe push for Zuyao, and then we'll work our way up or something. And we're just going to keep it up. You know, once we get 2,000 influence, we'll go again. Straight up. And maybe he'll challenge me or come fight me or something, try to challenge me back. Not sure. The Baron's never attacked me. I've always had to just attack him. I guess we don't really need the mercenaries now either, so we could disband those as well. They've done their part. So, you guys... Did we lose anyone, actually? So, yeah. So, the Polearm Militia were after losing 1 man. Other Polearm Militia are okay. Spear Militia are okay. So, I might make a note of that. So, this is the... I'm going to make a note of it. I want to find out who died. So, the 4th unit... So, the 2nd Polearm Militia. I'm just writing it down. In between episodes, I can levy that unit and see who's in the unit. And then I'll be able to know who died. So I'll post the results in the comments, maybe. We also lost a retinue man, but I never gave them any names, so that doesn't really count. Archer militia were fine as well. So, is it just 1 man? I think we only lost 1 person. Yeah, that's how easy that was. You only lost 1 person. Wow. Alright. Well, anyway, you guys can get back to work. You guys belong to the Knoll, so you can get marching back home. And you guys can go back as well. Get you in and disband. Alright, everyone's gone back to work. So we man, what a thing, just to come back and be lost. Yeah, we lost Dave. Just 1 guy. Took an arrow to the knee, you know. Went down, never got back up. Still out there now. Writhing in pain. Yeah, so we got to focus on what's going to happen next. We got a really healthy regional wealth as it currently stands. We just got our development point over in the Knoll to do our fencing up, so we can start to think about crop rotation, like proper crop rotation. So this one has gotten its upgrade already, has it? Oh yeah, we can see there's a tiny little fence going around it. Good. The sheep will be put onto that. This one's going to need the same. It's going to be fallow next year, so let's do the same with that one. Got a lot more sheep now. The breeding is working. Got 12. We only ever tried to import 10, so I've already gotten a few just naturally. And we'll put them on a couple of these fields. It'll take a bit of time to build those guys up, I guess, so we can really make a difference. We've also got no more planks, but yeah, I'm hoping to build out proper fences and stuff here, maybe, I guess, in the next episode. Work area is empty for the foragers. That's alright. And for this particular logging camp, this is the one that's carving the road. But yeah, they've cleared it a little bit, actually, which is nice. Maybe here could go next. Anyways, and they've got a bunch of supplies. 17 months of food and 15 months of fuel. They are loving life. They even got a little bit of charcoal from all their trading that they've been doing. They could probably chill on the firewood, to be honest, at this point. Because we don't really need any more. We just need to make them even happier. Make people even happier. They kind of have everything they need, though. 84% for clothing. Maybe we could do better on that front. In fact, I think backyard plots could do with having some, like, goats and things, so we can actually make hides and keep the clothing supply going. Yeah. Alright, well anyways, that's going to have to be it for this episode. A little bit anticlimactic for the battle, but I suppose it's the first region. I think the biggest one is when you fight the final region. Interesting to see some of his mercenaries on the field. Perhaps we can then levy those mercenaries when they become available again over time. So we'll have to see. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.